What it do, y'all? It's your boy Damien, aka Ross Mindset, back with yet another video. Before I really get into it, and before I forget, because I keep saying this, like, comment, subscribe, and follow your boy on Instagram, Ross_Mindset. But yeah, let's get right into this. So a few years ago, I worked at this place. I'm not gonna really get into too much specifics because I don't really want to call nobody out or nothing. But yeah, I worked at this place, and I met this dude. He had dreads just like me, but he was skinny just like me too. But I had a bit more muscle. But he was taller. He was like 6'2", but you know, he was raised around like 7 or 9. I don't even remember because, you know, I don't be tripping about it like that. But yeah, he was like raised by like 7 or like 9 sisters. So he was a really feminine dude, and maybe he was gay, who knows? But yeah, he was pretty cool at first. He liked anime and video games, and you know, we worked together. We had to like unload trucks and stuff like that. But I also met this chick who was a sister who claimed to be a lesbian, and you know, she was wearing the baggy shorts. She had the short hair and acted all tough and stuff. And you know, I was really oblivious back then, and I kind of had like a crush on her because I didn't really look into it that much. I didn't really care. I was just like, oh, she likes video games and the same music and stuff. But yeah, then I found out later she was a lesbian. I'm like, oh damn, how did I not see that? At least that's what she claimed. But later down the line, like at least a few years, well, not a few years, but like a year later, and keep in mind, we all worked in separate areas. I'm trying to like get through this fast, but yeah, we all worked in separate areas. Well, me and the dude worked in unloading, but she worked somewhere else. But yeah, down the line, we all started hanging out together, and then it started to create this tension, as if the girl was trying to make me and the guy compete over each other, even though I thought she was a lesbian, so I thought we were all just friends. But it made it seem like she liked him, and it kind of made me a bit jealous. So it was like creating a bit of tension, to the point that name calling was going around, and you know, I was like beefing with both of them, and they were trying to like form an alliance against me, and it came to the point where I had to threaten them at work. And yeah, it was some dumb shit. I don't recommend it, but I didn't get fired or nothing, but it's just stupid drama. But anyway, yeah, and she ended up quitting shortly after the beef we had, and I left that job, or actually got fired from that job because it was a shithole to begin with, but shortly after. So, but my point is, it's just interesting to see how there's been such this shift in probably wasn't a good idea to do this video by an airport. But anyway, yeah, my point is, there was this shift in the dynamics in the black community from what I'm starting to notice. And you know, I know it's just an isolated event, and you can't just be like, oh dude, you can't generalize. Yeah, I know that, but you know, just look around. Like, the black community itself is being led by women. It's a matriarchy. Not saying like women can't lead, but if you look throughout history, the most effective leaders of a community were men, mostly due to science, due to men producing more testosterone, due to men building more muscle, due to men having an aggression, due to men being able to lead with logic rather than emotion. And you know, it's just kind of creating a kind of concern, you know, just being concerned about the future of it, because I'm starting to feel as if, you know, it's kind of been done this way in order to like keep us at bay. And honestly, I don't really see myself as a member of the black community, but I'm just trying to really just get this out here, really. And also, I consider myself to be a follower of the Rastafari movement. And Rastas, they have the lion, which is like, the king of the jungle, and the lion's mane and all that. So it's like more patriarchal. So I feel like it's just kind of in my duty to just question things and kind of go against it. And again, I'm not sexist or misogynist or whatever, man. Like, if people want to do their thing, they do your thing. But I just want to see what's best for people out here, man. Because unfortunately, like, as much as I don't want to be a part of the community, it does affect me, and it affects how I interact with people within the community. For example, trying to date a sister, man, it's very difficult, just due to the fact that I kind of have a lot of testosterone, and I'm an aggressive person. It may not sound like it, but I love like metal and hardcore and stuff, and reggae and the lion and stuff like that. Honestly, I consider myself more of a tiger, but anyway, yeah, it kind of affects that. Just, I'm not the type of person who can be controlled by anybody, man or woman or anything. So it's just it makes it difficult for me to really interact, not even just with the women, but with the men too. Because if you're acting like more like a woman, then you're gonna be like all about drama and emotional, and just not knowing how to control yourself when it comes to conflict and having conflict resolution skills and whatnot. So it becomes difficult to be able to really have a conversation and interact with some of the men out here. And this is by experience. Like, you try to tell somebody something based on logic, and they react emotionally and like threaten you, and they have all this like aggression to it, and it's just like you can't reason with some of these people, man. So this is what I'm trying to get at, man. And I'm like, on the individualistic standpoint, I feel like this isn't really an issue, but when it's like in such a mass scale, it becomes an issue, man. Because it's like, how are we going to really challenge any other community? Like, all the other communities, they're all intact. I'm not saying they don't have their issues, but they don't have the same problems when it comes to like leadership and really what kind of people they look up to and the kind of values and morals they have compared to ours. And I just don't know like what to really do at this point. I don't want to like be outside of the community forever and just constantly criticize it. I want to come up with some solutions, but at this point I don't really know what solution is going to come. It's going to take some huge kind of overhaul to really fix things, unfortunately. Because yeah, man, I mean, I don't want to like keep repeating myself like I do in my other videos, but everything, man, everything is so controlled to the point where it's really hard to really penetrate and really change the narrative. I mean, you can be the change you want to be, but it takes more than one person. And it's really hard to even talk about these kind of things, because people will ostracize you and call you names and think, oh, you're this, you're that. It happens all the time, man. It's really hard to even get to people. And I admit, man, I feel as if I could have fallen into it. I could have fallen into the shift a few years ago, when I was rocking the perm and stuff. And I feel as if maybe there's some kind of deeper moral to the story. Maybe, I don't know, man. I'm really trying to figure it out myself. And, again, I'm not perfect, man. I'm not saying I'm like the most masculine dude out here or I'm the most macho guy out here, but you know, I still stand on my own 2 feet, man, and you know, I still question things like what any man's supposed to do, and kind of just does his own thing and minds his own business, man. Because these dudes out here, man, I ain't calling nobody out or nothing, but it's important to be able to know what you live for and to not let anybody else guide you, unless it's like a mentor or something, but not always needing to be in groups and stuff, man, and not always needing the validation and approval, especially of the majority or the status quo or anybody for that matter. Damn, I didn't realize how dark it was, but yeah. And when it comes to the women, man, I feel as if it's really important to really embrace your femininity. I understand some of us grew up in environments that forced us to really get toughened up early on, mostly due to being deprived of economic opportunities. So we're forced to go out and work and stuff like that. Man, I should have not done this by airport, but yeah, I understand. But it's okay to really soften up a bit and, you know, to let the man really take the lead and stuff like that. Because families, I don't see it no more. It's sad. I didn't have really of a family growing up, but my dad was in the military, so I didn't really see it like that. But yeah, I don't really see families anymore. And, you know, if a woman's leading, eventually she's gonna lose respect for the man if he's weak, and, you know, if it's all reversed and stuff like that. So, you know, naturally, how are you going to raise a family if, like, the man can't lead, if the man can't be strong? Holy shit, it is so dark. But yeah, if the man can't even lead. And me personally, I don't even care, man. As in I don't care about starting a family or nothing like that. But, you know, I'm just really trying to just get this out there, man. We really got to do something about it. I don't know what it's going to take, but yeah, I'll just wrap this up. That's all I really got, y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Next time I won't do this by the airport that I live by. Not even an airport, but, you know, it's kind of like a strip. It's a municipal airport. But anyway, yeah, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Peace.